Thursday, February 16th, 2017, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So I'd like to talk about how the UK government is actually moving the UK onto a cashless society, and they're doing it by stealth. And there's a story that's been out in the last week. Last week it was in the Times, and today it's a big front page headline in the Daily Mail, which is probably the most popular paper in the UK. And the headline says, madness of new business rates. 500,000 small businesses, pubs, GP surgeries, schools, colleges face extortionate rises, while, guess what, internet bosses will be better off. So what is a business rate? Is basically a business rate in the UK is a tax that businesses pay on the rentable value of the property that they lease or that they own to run their business. I know quite a bit about it because when I left the city in 2012, after 20 years, I was made redundant, and I decided to start a business instead of trying to get another job in the city. I bought a franchise, a pawnbroking franchise, and with that, I had to lease a shop on the high street. Did all the things that you need to do to build up a shop or a business. And I have to say, the business rates where I was, they were extortionate, and I didn't see any benefit from paying it. We're told that half the money goes to the central government. What do they do with that money? And the other half is used by the local council. I think it's just daylight robbery, and it hurts small businesses. For example, the amount of business rates that I paid, if I didn't have to pay that, I'd probably still be running that business. It wasn't a bad business, but the costs were just, killing it. And there are other factors as well why I closed the business down. It didn't do as well as planned, but I have to say I could have hired someone part-time for a whole year with how much business rates I was paying. Instead, I had to do it all on my own because I couldn't afford to hire someone else. So I couldn't create, a job. But anyway, the so-called conservative government in the UK is now, coming out with a huge increase in business rates as of April. And I read here from the Daily Mail, it says, small firms will be hammered by the shake-up of a rates regime that will earn the Treasury £1 billion extra next year. Well, they do need the extra money. They're still running huge deficits, and as 1 billion is going to make a small difference actually in the deficits they're running. It says the first revaluation of the business levy in 7 years will force 500,000 traders to pay more. And it goes on to say some pubs, shops, and nurseries face 300% hikes. Even schools, GP surgeries, or doctor's surgeries, you call it in the States, and colleges are being hit. MPs said it was scandalous that independent traders were being punished while online giants such as Amazon get a rates cut. Business leaders urged ministers to scrap the new charges which come into force from April. And I'll continue a little more detail about this business rate shakeup. It says the shakeup, which comes when stores and high streets around the country are struggling, will mean that, first, millions of parents face higher childcare after nurseries were hit with a tax rise of up to £118 million in 5 years. GP surgeries are hit with £100 million rise in rates over 5 years. And they keep going on about how the NHS has to improve, the health service. But They don't make it easier for the GPs. The cost of holidays will rise after thousands of B&Bs or bed and breakfasts and holiday cottages were handed sky-high bills. Sports Direct, which is a big sports apparel company, retailer in the UK, says Sports Direct will save almost £900,000 despite its owner being accused of running a Victorian workhouse. So why do I think this is like the UK government trying to push a cashless society by stealth? Well, because the people who are going to get hurt from this business rate shakeup are going to be the small high street or main street retailers, the little shops, even bigger restaurants as well are going to be hit. But any kind of business that's real, that's physical on the high street is going to get hurt, and they probably have to shut down just like I did. And what will that result into? Well, that will result into people using more online retailers like Amazon and Sports Direct. They've been like given a tax cut, and on top of that, Amazon doesn't really, I think they're based in Luxembourg, and people, not in Luxembourg, but the European part of Amazon is definitely probably avoids a lot of tax as well. People like Starbucks, I think they don't care about this rates, change. But yeah, I think they're trying to push people to use more the internet. And what happens when you use the internet? You pay with your debit card or credit card. There's no cash movement really. So, this article in the Mail doesn't talk about that, but I was trying to think, why do they want to do that? Well, there's a few reasons. Probably, there's a lot of lobbying from these big multinational internet corporations like Amazon and Sports Direct. And by lobbying, I mean, I can't actually prove corruption, but maybe the minister, David Gauck, who, the treasury minister who's, drawn up this plan or who's talking about putting it through, maybe after he retires, he'll get a great job with Amazon or something, one of these big firms. We'll have to wait and see. And the other thing it does, it promotes people using the internet, and people, it takes people away from, cash, going to the high street with cash. Because I think it will be very difficult. It would be very difficult if the UK government and the financial establishment try to ban cash in this country. I think they're going to go about it like gradually, a bit like, boiling, putting a frog in the water and boiling the water, heating up the water. It will take time because I don't, here in the UK, people still, especially the older people, middle-aged older people, still carry a lot of cash around. They like to pay cash. A lot of business is done through cash. So if they can kill off a lot of small businesses and promote people to use more the internet, I think that's one way to push the UK closer to a cashless society. And I think it's also crazy, for the economy. There's going to be a lot of people probably who are going to lose their jobs, shop managers or people who have jobs in these little shops on the high street. They're probably going to have to be let go. Not all of them, but some of them. So if anything, this government is it conservative? No, I think it's more fascist. And by that, I mean, it's a corporatist government. It's there to service the likes of Amazon and Sports Direct, with moves like this. And it's not serving the individual or the public, who have small businesses, who, struggle to make ends meet in terms of, costs and profits. You already have, VAT that, retailers have to pay on profits that they make. There's corporate tax, there's companies tax, there's so much that it's not even worth starting a small business, in the UK anymore. I don't encourage anyone to do so. So yeah, that's it. That's the Daily Mail. I'll put a link below to the story in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it far and wide. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. If you'd like to donate to my channel, there's some links below in the description. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.